this might actually be the first film that I have seen to have an A-list cast, but no marketing. When I tell y'all, I have heard absolutely nothing about this movie. I have heard absolutely nothing about this movie. And with that being said, let's talk about it. So Knox Goes Away is a brand new thriller film that I, honest to God, did not know existed until 2 days ago. The film is directed by Michael Keaton and it stars Michael Keaton alongside with James Marsden, Marcia Gay Harden, and Al Pacino. Diagnosed with a rapidly evolving form of dementia, a contract killer gets the chance to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged son. So here's the funny thing about Knox Goes Away. This movie actually debuted at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 10th of last year, and it was released theatrically in the US as of last Friday, March 15th. And throughout that time, I didn't hear a peep about this movie. Not even a little whisper. I literally just... Here's how I found out about Knox Goes Away. After watching Love Lies Bleeding, I was on my AMC app just scrolling to see what else is playing, and I came across Knox Goes Away, and I did a little bit more research, and by research, I just went to Rotten Tomatoes. And it turns out, even though critics were not a fan of it, audiences liked it, and that was good enough for me to go check it out. And after watching it, I'm a little bit mixed on the film. So let me break down first what I did like. First off, Michael Keaton. The dude is just riveting in this movie. Now, when it comes to playing that contract killer, Michael Keaton tends to play that role very well. But with this movie, yes, he's a contract killer, but he is someone who is struggling with accepting the fact that he has dementia. But not only does he play that badass espionage assassin to par, you see this form of humanity with this assassin and how he just has to, or at least he tries to do something right before essentially his memory just fades away. And I thought Michael Keaton did an outstanding job at displaying this form of regret, pain, and also just guilt in a way, given the relationship with his son, played by James Marsden, who is also fantastic, by the way. The entire cast is fantastic. And given that this film is directed by him, I gotta admit, this movie is very well shot. Like, really, really well shot. Like, there are scenes in this movie where his character Knox is having an episode of dementia, and you see these unique Archie style type shots. Like, they look like camera shots you would see in an A24 film, but it worked so well because it really elevated and captured the horrors of dementia, which is another aspect that I think he did a phenomenal job of capturing. In the movie, you see Knox is revealed to have a form of dementia, and as the weeks go by, you just see this man slowly lose his memory while at the same time trying to help out his son, who is in a very awful predicament. But with the elements of horror of dementia spread throughout the film, the audience really questions like what was real or what wasn't. Did this really happen? Did that really happen? And I thought I really enjoyed that aspect of the film. And with that premise alone, the movie sounds like it's going to be fire, right? It's not. But at the same time, it is not terrible. No. For me to say this movie is terrible, that would be completely disingenuous of me. Because in this film, there are things that I liked and there are things that I didn't like. And let me talk about what I didn't like. So throughout the film, there are certain scenes where I feel like there was a lack of excitement in a way. So let me break it down. So you have scenes that are action-packed or they're intense in a way. And then you have other scenes that, even though there is no action, they still should be intense, but it's not. So it's like some scenes were intense and they really did a great job at capturing that tension. And there were other scenes in which the tension, it's kind of there, but I don't fully believe it, if that makes sense. For example, there are like 2 or maybe 3 scenes where there's an exchange of dialogue happening, and I feel like there should be way more tension floating in that room because this is some heavy shit. I hope that makes sense. Point is, I feel like some scenes really did a great job at capturing that tension. Other scenes, it should have, but it didn't. And the pacing in this movie is kind of all over the place. So the first act, things are popping off, right? The second act, things start to pop off, and then it slow down, and then that slowdown kind of goes on a bit longer than it should, and then it picks up, then it slows down. And then the third act comes, and it's just like, yes, shit is happening, but we are taking way too long to get to that point. This may retract my last statement, but given the journey of this movie, even though that ending was predictable, the journey kind of made up for it in a way. As you can tell by my pros and my cons, I have a love-hate relationship with this movie, and I don't know how to feel. But in the end, y'all, Michael Keaton's Knox Goes Away, it's solid. Not bad. Not bad at all. I feel like some folks may like this movie more, or they may like it less, but one thing we can all agree on is that Michael Keaton is still the GOAT. So, plugging Knox Goes Away into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Knox Goes Away. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Knox Goes Away. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What is your favorite Michael Keaton performance? Do you have dementia? Let me stop. That's not funny. Whatever you thought, if you can remember, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.